So the issues in channel relationships, cooperation and conflict. Cooperation recognizes that in a channel of distribution, everybody is working to meet the needs of the end user. So even though we're separate businesses with separate objectives, it's in everybody's best interest to keep the customers happy. So many times they have what we call a channel captain, which is just which of the independent businesses in the channel of distribution coordinates the channel. Typically, it's the largest or the strongest member of the channel that kind of calls the shots. So if I am selling through Walmart, who is going to make the decisions about the overall channel? Walmart. And if they say, we want you to ship on Walmart trucks, you say, yes, sir. And if they say, we'd like you to use this particular information technology for ordering, you say, yes, sir. And whether or not there's a formal agreement, it's just, and it sounds evil, but also it's just in everybody's best interest to have somebody coordinating the channel. Another approach is a vertical marketing system. This is, rather than having an informal, the dominant member of the channel just kind of calls the shots, it's more of a formal arrangement, a contractual arrangement. Co-ops, for example, where in order to compete with Walmart, local retailers might get together, develop their own warehouse to support them, but it's they own the warehouse. So, for example, Ace Hardware is a cooperative where the Ace Hardware warehouses are owned cooperatively by all of the Ace retailers, and if there's decisions that need to be made, it's a retailers council as opposed to independent businesses. Vertical marketing system, that's just when one company owns the channel. So we're talking with Apple is when they opened their own stores, that would be vertical integration. I own both the manufacturing and the store. I don't think they own their sources of supply yet. The other side of channel relationships is channel conflict. And channel conflict happens when one member of a channel of distribution feels that another member of the channel of distribution is keeping us from meeting our needs or meeting our goals. And there's two ways that this plays out. There's horizontal competition, horizontal conflict, which is where you've got channel competition at the same level and people are feeling that they're not getting their due. I don't know if you've ever noticed, you'd see a Starbucks at one end of a strip mall and a Starbucks at the other end of the strip mall and a Starbucks at the grocery store in between the two Starbucks at the strip mall. If I was the manager of the Starbucks at this end of the mall, would I be happy when they opened a Starbucks at the other end of the mall and then when they put in a Starbucks at the grocery store? Or would I be feeling that you've cut into my market? That would be horizontal competition, where I've got the market is oversaturated. Vertical conflict is where you have conflict up and down the channel rather than at the horizontal level. And this is where different members of the channel don't feel that they're getting their due. I used to be in sales, and there is a perception at the manufacturing level that salespeople don't do anything except go out and play golf and take customers to lunch, and they make a lot of money, and that's not right. Maybe if we, if they're making so much money, maybe if we cut their commission a little bit, it would be a little bit more fair. So it's the idea that the different levels of the channel don't appreciate what the other members are doing. So the manufacturer may feel that the retailer is not giving enough support to the product given the support that we give them, or the distributor might not be doing an appropriate job in managing the inventory. Again, that would be vertical conflict. Just a little psychology in there. Are you familiar with fundamental attribution error? This is human nature, and is for all people, is when there's a problem, if it's me, I attribute the problem to outside circumstances because I'm not a bad person, but if I didn't get my homework on time, it's because the dog ate it. Not my fault, right? But if it's somebody else, we attribute it to the person. So if I didn't get my homework in, it's because circumstances beyond my control kept me from getting my homework in. If you don't get your homework in, it's because you're lazy. And this, again, plays into this vertical conflict, is not understanding what it's like as a distributor. I don't see what the circumstances in their situation might be, as opposed to I totally understand my situation.